Hello and welcome back to Gapeys greenhouse. We are inside today because the weather outside has been pretty yucky this week. Lots of rain, lots of wind, but we're safe here in the greenhouse. All of the peppers are here in the greenhouse, so thought it would be a good time to do a pepper update. I still have my tangerine tigers in containers. Those are going to get planted outside once the weather gets nice later this week, but I do have them safe here in the greenhouse, so we'll take a look at those as well. Let's start by taking a look at our tangerine tigers here that are still in containers. We've got four different phenos of the tangerine tiger. These four on the side here are the ones that I started the latest, which surprisingly have caught up to the ones that I started earlier over here. But these are in 4-inch containers right now, and they are ones that I got from Craig Jennings, who grew probably around 60 plants last year of the tangerine tiger. So these particular ones I decided to start late because he had several reports of this particular seed that he saved from this pepper, which was his pepper number 4, was coming out variegated, and I was really excited about that. So I decided to start 6 seeds of those really late and try and get some variegation on some of these. But so far, unfortunately, none of these are variegated. I have 2 more that aren't variegated either, but I sold one of those already in my plant sale, and the other one is still available for sale. But I was hoping maybe they might start some variegation here, but so far nothing. I did have one of the cotyledons. I'm not sure if it's one of these ones, but it had a stripe on it, like it looked like it was going to be variegated. I don't see it right now, but that didn't seem to continue. So we're still holding out hope that we might get some variegation. But we do have lots and lots of variegation on these 4. So these are seeds that I got from 7 Pot Club that grew a variegated version of the tangerine tiger last year. But these leaves on these peppers are kind of mutated, so something is not quite right with this pheno. None of them are looking quite right. And also we are starting to see some brown spots on some of these. I think it could possibly be sunburn, but I'm not positive. Maybe it's some kind of disease. I really don't know. But we're going to keep these probably in containers. I don't think I'm going to plant these in ground, but we'll have to see. And then I've got 2 more here on the left. This one here is a yellow version of the tangerine tiger that was grown by Elena last year. And then this one in the back here is another one from Craig Jennings, but this one is from his plant number 38 that he grew last year. So those are all going to go in ground here later this week. And then here next to our tangerine tigers, we have our peppers in a can. I started 3 peppers in a can. Unfortunately, one of those decided it didn't want to live, and the King Star starling passed away a few months ago. So what we have left here is Santaka. That one's in a T-Rex Killer Tea can. We are getting some flowers here. The leaves are kind of yellowing a little bit, so I'm not sure if it might need more nutrients, so I might add some more fertilizer to that one. And then the next one we have in a can is the Ninfedora, which is supposed to be a variegated pepper, but so far no variegation is showing up on this one. I don't think it probably will get any, but we'll have to wait and see. It is starting to get some flower buds here on the top, but this one is looking really good. This is the first time I've tried growing a chinense variety in a can, and I'm surprised at how good it's looking so far. And this one is in a Sucket can from Georgetown Brewing. You can see I have mulched the peppers with some straw, and this time I'm using a different brand of straw. This is from Stan Lee that we got from Tractor Supply, and it's a chopped straw bedding. It says it's certified noxious weed free, so hopefully that does well in here. We usually get just a big bale of hay and let the chickens eat the seeds out of it, but decided to try something different this year. But we've got 8 peppers here on this corner of the greenhouse, and these are all different varieties of jalapenos that I've never grown before. The 2 on the right here are hybrid varieties. This one here is a super nacho jalapeno, and then the one behind that is a Jedi jalapeno. The Jedi here I got from a friend, so that one is not one that I grew from seed. And the leaves are looking a little bit yellow, so I'm not sure if we need more nutrients on that guy or what. We've got a dill here, volunteer, that's coming up here in the corner. And then we've also got a brown jalapeno and purple jalapeno, and both of those came from a friend as well, my friend Elena, that's here local. And this one has, not only are the peppers purple, but the leaves also have a lot of purpling. And you'll find that a lot of my leaves are looking a little bit chewed up, and I am 99% sure that is from the pill bugs or potato bugs or roly-polies, whatever you want to call them, that are filling the greenhouse. So I may consider putting down some Sluggo Plus to try and cut back that population, because they are doing quite a bit of damage on some of the peppers. As you'll see, we've got some leaf damage on this one as well. And then here we've got a white jalapeno, which I thought was going to be pretty exciting and interesting. So we'll have to see how that one does. It looks really good right now. We've got an interesting pepper called Billy Biker jalapeno, looking really good. And then we have a giant jalapeno. These should be really good for making jalapeno poppers. And then we've got one called Traveler's jalapeno. The only baccatum variety that I'm growing this year is, besides the tangerine tiger, is this Peppa Peach Stripey from Chris Fowler. And we've got quite a few flowers forming on this guy, and I've been trying to pluck out a lot of the flowers because I want them to get a little bit bigger before they start setting fruit. If they set fruit too early, then it'll stunt the plant and it won't get as big. And here we have 6 annuum varieties, and all of these varieties I'm pretty certain get fairly tall and will need support. So we picked up some of these cheap tomato cages that were, I think, $3 or $4 a piece at Tractor Supply when we got the hay, and hopefully that will support these as they grow. But we've got Piment de Esplet, and I think I mentioned a lot of these I've never grown before, and that is one of them. I will point out the ones that I have grown before, like this Jolene's Rustic Italian, which I grew for the first time last year. It was a huge favorite of mine. It was one of my favorite peppers that I grew. Super productive, really sweet, and I used it a lot. And then we've got Gypsy Baron. This is the only one of the annuums that has, oh, I guess we have the purple jalapeno. So this is the second annuum pepper that we're growing that has purple foliage. And that is, all these are sweet peppers for the most part. We've got Korean gochu. This is one I've been growing every single year for the past, I don't know, 6-7 years now. It's my absolute favorite pepper. And this is a seed that I got from Kangstar. This particular version of the Korean gochu, I don't know where you can get it, because I've tried several other varieties of Korean gochu and none of them compare to that one. I much prefer this particular variety. It's very productive, it's long storing, it's pretty large, it has thick walls, just everything about it I really like. And we've got Thunder Mountain Longhorn is another variety I haven't grown before. This one gets super long, skinny peppers. And then another really big one that I have not grown before is called XL Brown Sweet. That one is supposed to get really large sweet peppers that are brown. So I'm looking forward to growing that one. That one came from Chris Fowler. And then we've got a couple tomatoes in the greenhouse. This one is my Fortunia tomato that I've been growing every year for the past several years. Here on the other side of the greenhouse, we have some more annuum peppers. And I don't know what happened, but something came into the greenhouse and made a little bit of a mess with the straw. I'm guessing it might have been a rabbit. I'm not sure, but I need to try and clean up this mess here. But luckily it did not seem to do any damage to any of the peppers. Here in the back is one that I got from a friend. I tried growing some shishito peppers earlier this year and none of them germinated. So this one is a little one that I got from my friend Tamara. So it looks like it's doing, it was a lot smaller than all my other peppers, but it seems to be starting to grow a little bit more. And then we've got Chloe's Sweet Tangerine. This is one I've been growing for several years as well. It's a super sweet orange pepper that I got from a friend on Pepper Lovers Community. And then we've got Blot. This is a really pretty pepper, and also looks like it has a lot of damage from the pill bugs. You can see some chewed up leaves here. Normally they stick to chewing the leaves at the bottom of the plant, but occasionally I'll find some chewed up leaves at the top as well. And then this one is escamillo. This is I think a yellowish orange colored sweet pepper. And we've got two varieties of paprika that we're growing this year. One is called capria, or it might be capia. I keep spelling that wrong. And then we've got Carlo. So I don't think they're related, but they have kind of similar names. Here's the Kangstar starling that I tried to grow in a can and it failed. But this one that I saved seems to be doing pretty well here in ground. So I decided to go ahead and do that one because I didn't have the can. And then we've got Marupi Amarilla. Oh, and by the way, we're starting to get into the chinense peppers. We've got 7 chinense peppers that we're growing in the greenhouse. These are usually much hotter than all the other ones. And we've got more damage here from the pill bugs. This one is called Marupi Amarella, which is a yellow hot pepper. And then we've got one called Goronong. I tried growing Goronong once before, but I didn't have the seeds germinate, but this one did pretty well. And we've got some damage here at the top leaves of this one from those nasty pill bugs. A lot of people say that pill bugs will not eat your live plants, which is totally untrue. I have caught them red-handed several times. And they seem to really like Hasnin vadora. Look at the damage on this bottom leaf here. That is all pill bug damage. But this is the one I'm also growing in the can, and this is what it's supposed to look like. It's very variegated, as you can see. And I wish I had kept this one in the can, because I'm sure that would have been much prettier in the can. But we've also got a few mustard varieties, so I want to make some really hot green hot sauce this year. And so I was looking for some hot green peppers, and I found this BRMX mustard, which, as you can see, the pill bugs have also been chomping down on those leaves. Another one we have is Gator Jigsaw. This seed I had for a really long time, and I tried growing it last year and didn't have any germinate. But this year I tried again, and we ended up having a few of them germinate. So we got that one there. And then I've got 2 of the mustard gum Naga brains, and I cannot figure out where I got these seeds from. I did not have it listed in my inventory for some reason. But we got that one there, and I decided to grow a second one because, as you can see, this one has purple leaves. So it's totally different than the other one. So I decided to grow both of them and see if they're any different. Obviously they're different foliage, but we'll see how the peppers compare. And then I've got another tomato in the corner of this side. This one is called the Shibli Lebanese, which is a super large red tomato. And I got seeds from that from a coworker. So that covers all the peppers that I'm growing this season. There was one additional one called the T-Rex mustard that I started. Unfortunately, I ended up selling all those plants at my plant sale, which I'm kicking myself for because I thought I triple checked to make sure I had all of mine set aside, but I must have missed that one somehow. I do still have some seeds, so I could try growing it again, but I really wanted it this year for my green hot sauce. I'm really looking forward to getting the rest of my plants in the ground. I've got the tangerine tigers here going to go in the little bed we have along the chicken run, which is where I grew them last year, and they seem to do really well. Hope you are having a great season and you've got your plants planted. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.